SCL Group is a manufacturing firm involved in the construction industry. Its CEO, Stuart Dalgish, tells us how the slowdown in the construction sector is affecting his company and what he thinks about the property tax.
SCL started 38 years ago, specializing in unique systems and chemistry for the construction and concrete industry. Right now, we're one of the largest suppliers of specialized concrete admixtures in the English-speaking Caribbean. We also have our own company in Jamaica, and last year we started our own company in Guyana.
So you've been through the ups and downs in the construction industry, and right now there's quite a bit of a downturn facing the construction sector. How is that affecting your company right now?
Yes, you're right. The construction sector is significantly in the doldrums. It's not only the construction sector. The downturn has affected, I think, every business in Trinidad. Year on year, we are down over 30% over last year. So production is down, sales are down, and we are, like everybody else, we are trying to see how we could cut expenses. We have meetings with our bankers trying to see how we could improve our terms with them to cut overheads. We saw this coming about a year and a half ago, and in fact, we have had a policy where anybody who either resigns or has to be terminated, we have not replaced. So for this year, we are probably down about 4 or 5 staff that will not be replaced. We just share the responsibilities.
Have you been forced to cut back on staff?
Not as yet. We've given our staff the commitment that retrenchment is definitely going to be our last action.
But how long can you hold on to?
That's a very good question. Last year we had a bad year because we took a hit from OAS going under. This year we are...
Your company was one of the suppliers?
Yes, our company was a major supplier to
Were you
OAS.
paid for the work
No, we
done?
were not. We had about a $3 million loss from OAS.
How has that hit your bottom line?
It hit the bottom line. We didn't make a loss last year, but we didn't make a profit. This year we're in the red. We are looking at this as a new norm, and we have to redesign the business to operate within these parameters. So I sort of think that by 2018, maybe 2019, we should be back where we want to be.
What are the banks telling you?
They are not alarmed. I think they recognize that we're operating responsibly. But I also think that the banks recognize that this is not a short-term problem.
The banks have come under fire for not being understanding during these difficult economic times, mainly through their rates and charges. As a businessman, from where you sit, where do you feel as if the banks do understand the situations that businesses like yours are going through right now?
Well, let's recognize as well that the banks are independent businesses and that they have shareholders and they have a responsibility to deliver dividends to their shareholders. They cannot be irresponsible in lending without proper security, and they cannot be irresponsible in allowing a non-viable company to continue. I have always maintained, going back in the 1980s, because this company was born in a depression. We were born in 1979. But I've always maintained that the bankers need businessmen in order to assist some of their customers with recoveries. So the concept is that, oh, you have a company going insolvent, well, we'll call a receiver. That should never be the first action. The first action should be to call in a team of businessmen to look at the operations to see if the company can be restructured or can be saved.
Is this one of the worst downturn periods that you have experienced in the construction sector since you've been in operations?
I would say no. I would say 1980 is worse than this. We've had three main downturns. We had 1980, we had 2008, and then we have this now. One of the things that has saved us is in the 80s we developed an export market. And that is what is helping us through this time. Trinidad is down, but Jamaica is up. We're doing very well in Jamaica. And we have the rest of the Caribbean as a market.
You're also exporting your products, which means that you're earning some foreign exchange.
Yes.
Is that helping your situation where you need foreign exchange to import some of your raw materials?
Yes, we do earn foreign exchange both from exports as well as from dividends from our two overseas companies. But yes, we also do need foreign exchange because we have to pay for raw materials.
It's a very challenging time right now for businesses right now in the economy. What are some of the major issues that as a businessman keep you up at nights, worried about how you're going to get by the next day?
One of the main problems is cash flow. Being significantly in the construction industry, the government, due to previous bills, but the government owes the construction industry billions of dollars. And
Is your company owed as well?
No, the government doesn't owe us, but our customers owe us, and they cannot pay us because the government haven't paid them.
How much money is outstanding?
We are probably about $8 million outstanding with those customers right now. To add to the cash flow problems, the latest topic is property tax, which is an added burden. I do understand that the government has to charge property tax. I'm not against the property tax. I disagree with how it has been arrived at. Manufacturers like myself should not be considered industrial. We are a small manufacturing operation. We are fairly heavy in human resources. We have never received any tax benefits. We've never received any subsidized feedstock. We don't engage in transfer pricing. Property tax on plant and equipment is immoral. If I want to build my business and be globally competitive, I need to be globally competitive. To buy the equipment, to become globally competitive, to be able to survive and to export, right? Why have I become a target where that equipment is now taxable? That's productive equipment. It should not be taxable. It has nothing to do with government revenues, and I think that is predatory action.
Coming up next, you'll hear the story of a stay-at-home dad. Money Matters will be right back.